Hi everybody, it's Kyle Soder, and in today's video we're going to be talking about my 2018 thoughts. This is a video that Renee Wooten actually told me that I should do because she watched a couple of my videos, and then she came across one that I was talking about, is Wizard 101 dying? Now, when I recorded the video, I guess it was kind of like a little bit of a clickbait, but it was also, I really wanted people to watch it because I wanted people to see that the game it has the possibility of, kind of going downhill at some point, but I was talking about things that pretty much would help like improve the game. So in this video, Renee told me that I should probably try to do a video where I talk about the things that were accomplished this 2018, because when I was talking about the things that could be improved, I realized that most of the things I was talking about actually were accomplished. And I'm so excited, and this entire year has been such a joy in my life. I've been, trying to record and do everything as good as possible, and I don't know, this game has just gotten a lot better since 2017, 2018. So this video, we're just going to be talking about what I think has happened. We're going to talk a little bit about the things that's happened, and we're just going to go over I think the most major things that I think personally made the game a little bit better, or what I think the game still might need to be worked on. um, so yeah, this is my 2018 thoughts for Wizard 101. So first things first, the release of Imperia Part 1. When Imperia Part 1 was released, I still was with my humongous group of friends. I was with Phil. I remember Matt and I were talking about it, and I remember that me and Phil logged into Test Realm as soon as Imperia Part 1 came out. The most major thing that I remember, I mean, the entire world was absolutely fantastic. It was it was a mind-boggling world that they created. But the thing that I remember most was that animation, that very first animation that brought you from the Arcanum like airship area to Imperia, like when the ship crashes, and that moment was so mind-boggling. The technology that they have there now is crazy, and they know they have the ability to do those crazy animations now, and I don't need to see them all the time, right? Like, I would love to see them all the time, but when you get one that's as good as that once in a while, it's crazy. Like, it blows my mind. So that was my little thoughts on Imperia Part 1. Medulla was a crazy boss, and what's kind of cool to me is Medulla doesn't drop anything great. I don't know if anybody notices. Medulla doesn't drop anything crazy or, stuff like that. I think he drops some Kabbalist gear, which is also kind of good, but not great. But he's just a major story arc boss. And that's kind of something that I was, interested to see, because normally the major bosses have, great gear. This guy did not. So I was kind of intrigued to see that, they wanted you to know that, like, some bosses are huge. They're going to be really strong. They're going to be very important in the storyline, but you might not always have to go back to them because they don't have that great of gear to get. Yeah, so that is my little thoughts on Imperia Part 1. It was a great, great little first part of the world, and it was something to look forward to as soon as you finished for Imperia Part 2. That cliffhanger was like, So, next update, or next thing that I want to talk about, is the new Wizard 101, or Wizard City update. This update blew my mind totally. Like, when I heard that there was going to be an update for Wizard City, I remember making videos upon videos upon videos about it. I remember asking loads of people, like, if they have screenshots, and I remember Scarix was showing me, because he lives, he doesn't live in the US, he lives, in Europe, so, he was showing me, or I don't even know, but yeah, he was showing me, like, screenshots of a couple things that they were working on, and I was like, my mind was just getting so blown. I mean, Wizard City needed this so badly, and I remember making so many videos about it, because when it finally was released, it was so worth the wait. And I mean, they're not done. They even talked about saying how they are still doing Firecat Alley, Cyclops Lane, Triton Avenue, and vice versa, but they pretty much did just the free version of Wizard City. Makes sense. So, I mean, other than that, it was a great update. I mean, I think the music changes were perfect. I think the graphic updates were perfect. I love how they changed all the animations for all of the characters. I mean, not just like the main story arc characters, they did just about every character here. Just about. I mean, and that's crazy. That just shows the determination and the progress that they've gotten through all of these worlds. And I would love to see, now this is going into some things that I think that they could do but they haven't done yet. I would love to see them redo the entire first arc. Now Dragonspire is a very great and amazing world, but I think from Wizard City to Dragonspire, their first arc, they're great worlds. They're great memorial worlds, and I think that that classic mode option is great in case you want to go back to see what the world used to look like. But I really think that it needs a big update. For example, me and my boyfriend just got to Krokotopia in the Oasis, and he thought it was a crazy looking world. I was like, you think that the Oasis is crazy? Like, wait till you get to Imperia. Like, so that's one thing I would like to see, is the entire first arc changed. I know that's a lot of work, and I know that it'll take a lot of time, but eventually I would love to see that happen. Another thing is the whole free-to-play option. So for Wizard 101, the free-to-play starts from Wizard City from the moment you create your character all the way until, I believe, Triton Avenue. Now that's a great... It's been a great free-to-play version, but when you call your game free-to-play, right, people need to play a lot and then get a really, really good taste of it. Now, back then, when the game first came out and it was booming, it was popping, you know, this game that was okay. But now, we all have played this game before. You are trying to attract new players into this game, and when you get them to Triton Avenue, they want more. And they don't want to pay for more because there are so many other games out there. You have so much competition now. It's kind of scary. So one thing that you need to do is make that free-to-play option at least to Krokotopia. Like, get you to finish that one world in Wizard City. Get that amazing accomplishment. Make you feel that, you know, good, little good, you know. And then you finish in Wizard City. And then get them into the Oasis. Or it's either getting them into the Oasis or get Ambrose to say, like, okay, you know, go get the key and from Bartleby or whatever, and then, you know, as soon as you get to the world door, make it be like, okay, this is where the free-to-play wall starts. If you want to, like, to continue this game, this is where, you know what I mean? And it's not even that much farther, because once you hit Triton Avenue, you already know that you have Firecat Alley and Cyclops Lane, and then you're good. But even then, you should make, like, Colossus Boulevard free. You should make stuff like everything in Wizard City free, because it's the first world and everybody's in the first world. So that's what I think. What other updates? Oh, Imperia Part 2. Imperia Part 2, when they released Imperia Part 2, I was blown away because I didn't realize they were going to release the world so quickly. It felt like when they released Part 1, it was almost like right away they released Part 2. And the arc kind of ends off with you finding out that the final, I guess, not the final arc, because I don't think they're ever going to finish with the final arc, but the arc that is next, supposedly, is nothing. I have no idea what that is. I made a video of something in Pirate 101, and I got a lot of great feedback. Somebody was telling me that that guy kind of pops up all the time when it's talking about certain things that you don't really know about, or stuff like that, and I just found that to be amazing. Imperia Part 2 was a great ending for Imperia. I thought the graphics were amazing. I thought the civilian life in every single world was great. The environment was beautiful in every single world. I mean, including Part 1, but Imperia Part 2, I just think that they really wanted to show us what they can do, and they proved it to us. Like, it was, round of applause. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the Decaversary. So once they hit their Decaversary, or their decade birthday, they did a great September kind of birthday. I think they really did, you know, bring it to us. And that final quest was such a memorial thing for me, you know, personally, but hopefully for all of you guys, because I think that hitting that 10-year mark for an MMORPG that's been around for this long is just crazy. So that was another thing I wanted to talk about, just throw in the mix real quick. Another thing I wanted to talk about with the whole Wizard City update. Sorry, by the way, I had like a list next to me. I'm kind of going off of that. I was just kind of writing things as I go. But the Renee Woofton animation. Now, I love you, Renee. I feel like I've had her in almost every video now. But Renee, the Renee Woofton quest, or I'm sorry, not quest, the animation in Old Town when you go close to her in Old Town, if you get to her quicker enough, a series of people start speaking. Now you don't have to go hit X, right? You just walk over and you can hear them talking. And she pretty much talks about how there's a hole in this wall, and that, you know, we don't want to go too far in because we're too afraid that something bad could happen. We don't want the entire Wizard City to collapse, you know, and that we need to get Ambrose involved and the wizard. So something is like boiling, and they're trying to like give us little sneak peeks, and I'm really excited to see like what that is going to bring. But I just think it's so cool that with this update they were able to throw something in the mix like that. It was such a great thing that they did, because now everybody's awaiting like, what is it going to be. People have had some speculations, and I just think that that's what this game really needs. Another thing, so with all these updates and whatnot, for 2018, KingsIsle, with the new community manager, Matthew Anderson, Spark, whatever you want to call him, he has decided to really bring the community into KingsIsle. So KingsIsle has always been a very community-oriented kind of game, but ever since, I don't really know when it kind of stopped, but they really stopped kind of listening to the community. They really just started kind of going at what they really thought was best, which is always great for a game. Like, not saying that what they were doing was bad, but they were listening to us, just not as much as we wanted. And when Matthew Anderson got into the community, people were talking around and everything, but they started focusing on the community so much, and he's doing an absolutely fantastic job at KingsIsle. He is retweeting everybody's stuff. He is making sure to connect with all the, you know, everybody, community leaders, even viewers, like, you know, really good fans. He's making sure to like what he's doing for this game right now is absolutely fantastic, and we all really need to like let Matthew know that he's doing a great job. So thank you, Matthew. You're doing a fantastic job. And that's just one thing I wanted to throw into the 2018 thoughts, because it's essential when you have a game that's like this big and it's been around for this long. You need that kind of like connection with your I guess, what do you want to call us? Your gaming peoples. But yeah, another thing that I wanted to talk about within the community, with all this community stuff. They released a community series, I guess you could say, a Wizard 101 series for the Decaversary, and their last video, they wanted to kind of hit it off with a bang, and they wanted to really make it a good one, I guess you could say. And I am so pleased and honored, like so honored, because I talked to Renee about this, and I didn't really talk to anybody else about it, because, well, anyway, community. The fourth part of their series was their final part. They wanted to make it a community-based video. So all it was them talking about, you know, the community. And I felt so honored because Matthew came to me and a couple other, I guess what you could call community leaders, and he even went to a bunch of other people. He got art. He got, you know, videos of people talking about what, you know, they you know, how Wizard 101 has progressed, or what their thoughts are on Wizard 101, and, or, you know, KingsIsle. And like, just being a part of something like that big was crazy. I'm probably going to put a link in the description. I really don't have too many words for it because my mind is blown about it. But the fourth part of that community video is all about the community, and they really just wanted to focus purely on that. And I just thought that was a great thing that they did. Another thing that I want to talk about is they've been releasing a lot of new packs. For example, the Gingerbread pack. It's been an okay thing, but I'm just wanted to point that out because I'm happy that they're keeping a lot of updates in the game. They're trying to keep the game alive. They're trying to keep the game, you know, as updated as possible. They want you guys to really know that they're dishing out a lot of content as much as they can. With all the updates, you have to think they're also trying to update as much as other things as possible while doing little things like you know, packs and stuff like that. Along with packs, I wanted to talk about the new bundles that came out for 2018, I guess. I could be missing one or two, to be honest, but the major ones that I thought are just fantastic, and ones that really hit home to me, are the Sherlock Holmes one, that bundle, and the Aeroplanes bundle. That Aeroplanes bundle, no, the Sherlock Holmes bundle is fantastic. Everything that came with that is amazing. But the Aeroplanes bundle, is amazing. It's just so great. It has just a little bit something to do with Imperial Part 2. They wanted to do that because, you know, Imperial Part 2 is a major world, but they also wanted you guys to see a little bit, kind of a sneak peek of the Aeroplanes, which is, by the way, one of the most beautiful places in the entire game. They worked so hard on these bundles, and they're just so good. And I was even looking at the stats on the gear, and you could really just use that gear if you really wanted, because the gear is just really, really good. And the mount is really cute, and your pet is really nice, and I just think that they're really doing a great job with stuff like that as well, with packs and bundles, you know, combined. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, and this has to go in kind of with my thoughts category, the Crowns Award like weekend system that they released. So the first time they released it, they released an unusual kind of thing. It was called the Night Weekend event thing, and it was kind of unusual. People were talking about it, and I was talking to Renee, and she was mentioning how, you know, make sure you realize that it's really not us that are doing it. It's kind of the marketing department. So that was one thing I kind of wanted to throw in there. The most expensive, I guess. So let me explain. The whole Crowns Award weekend event thing is during the weekend you spend a certain amount of, like, you spend crowns normally, right? So when you spend crowns, you get to kind of put it in like a little racket or like a little bar, and once you spend a certain amount of crowns during this event, you get free stuff. Now, for example, that can be packs, that can be gear, that can be potions, that can be anything. And with the release of that, they released a lot of cool stuff like double XP potions for an hour or a week. They released gold elixirs and just a lot of great stuff. But the one thing that I thought was kind of, you know, a little unusual, or I guess not that great, was they released a $550,000 limit, which is about $700 and something in real life money. If you spent that, I guess, you know, kudos to you, you got a cool mount, but it was kind of unusual, and a lot of people were making a big deal out of it, and it was a big deal, because that was something that there was like a wrong move in the wrong direction. But the idea is really what I wanted to focus on. The idea of the whole Crowns Reward weekend is actually a great thing. So when they released a gingerbread pack, right? They released the Crowns Reward weekend again for like the gingerbread pack. So you spend a certain amount of crowns and you get a free gingerbread pack. And it was actually great because you can't have that kind of big limit. You can't have a limit that's reached that much. And they did talk about how they did the calculations in their dev diaries, which is good, but I don't know. So that was one thing I want to talk about real quick. The whole like Crowns Award weekend. It's a great thing. It's got great potential. It's got a good like thing going for it. But they really need to like think more upon it, and then, you know, release something better. And last but not least, I think for this entire video, that I really wanted to talk about was the whole Yuletide event for this 2018. I thought it was great. Renee was talking to me, and she was saying that, you know, they've got a lot of good stuff going for this Yuletide, or 12 Days of Spiral. And, you know, she wasn't lying. I actually really liked this whole 12 Days of Spiral, this whole Yuletides event. And, you know, I'm quite impressed. So I think that's pretty much going to wrap up this entire video. I'm finally over. What I might do while I'm talking about certain things, I may have like a cut scene kind of going in while I'm talking. Maybe some animations of, like, you know, when I'm talking about Imperia, I might have like some little cuts of Imperia and stuff like that. But hopefully I release this video soon. If I do release this video pretty much like tomorrow or like tonight, it's probably because I didn't really do too much editing. I really wanted to just dish out the content. So, but basically I really wanted to just talk about what I thought about Wizard 101. I wanted to talk about what you know, my thoughts for 2018. And when 2019 comes out, you know, when 2019 comes around, which is just right around the corner, I am probably going to be making another video about what I expect, or what I would like to see for 2019. And then by the end of 2019, I'm going to try to do this again. Because, don't get me wrong, Blaze did this. I believe Blaze has been doing this, right? But it's actually a great thing. And if you guys have stuck around until the end of this video, thank you guys so much. You guys are like the true ones. You guys are like the ballers. You guys are the ones and only. You guys make my channel thrive. So, I also should mention that my channel has been around for over a year now, right? It's been over a year, and I didn't really make a video about it, you know, when I hit my year mark, but I have over 1,000 subscribers. Now that number blows my mind. So I just want to thank all of you so much that we reached such an incredible number. I have such an incredible like family. I consider you guys more of a family than just viewers, because I talk to almost all of you, and whenever I post a video, you guys are commenting, you guys are giving me great feedback, and so this whole year has just been great. And I would just like to thank, you know, KingsIsle, you guys, all of my friends and family. And I mean, this isn't like a whole like awards kind of thing, but I just wanted to thank everybody, because without you guys I wouldn't really be doing this. I mean, I probably would, because if I think about it, this is like my little side hobby. I really do enjoy making videos and playing Wiz and Pirate and the mobile games, and KingsIsle has just always been a very big part of my life. And just to like record the game and then get feedback like you guys are giving me is just mind-boggling. So I believe that is going to end this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. It will notify you whenever I post a new video. And somebody talked about me giving away a Aeroplanes bundle. I was thinking of giving one away during a live stream that I was going to be doing soon. But I really, you know, if you guys have stuck around this long until the end of the video, leave your Twitter whatchamacallits, leave your Twitter, wow, I'm losing it, guys. Leave your Twitter username or whatever in the comment section, and I will probably have my boyfriend or even do like one of those random generators to pick one of you random lucky winners, and I'm gonna give away a Aeroplanes bundle, because I think it's like a fantastic bundle. So if you guys don't already have it, or if you want another one, put your name in the description for Twitter. And if you don't have a Twitter, I recommend making one, because I will DM your account. Make sure your account has the DMs on, like, so I can DM you if you win. And I may or may not make a video about who won. If I don't make it, I'll probably just like leave a comment in this video. Like, I'll pin my comment to this video saying like who won, basically. But yeah, so if you guys stuck around this long, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching, and happy holidays if I don't see you or hear from you guys on Christmas or the or you know, happy New Year's Eve or whatever. I'll probably be making videos, but we'll see. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.